Hi, welcome back to Neil Donaldson's Lotus XL restoration episode number 40. Today I got back from the very enjoyable trip to Sicily. I'm going to focus on more cosmetic stuff from now on in terms of trying to tackle the interior. I've got plans to completely refurbish the interior. But what I'm going to start with is the headlining. Now this is a job that most Lotus XL owners will have to do at some point or have already done. The headlining is not very well stuck on, and over time it just starts to sag and eventually comes off. Mine's completely removed in the front and back sections, so I'll dismantle it completely. I think most of the interior has got to come out for the headlining, the back seats, the rear three-quarter panels, the front bit, and I don't exactly know how to do it, so it's a bit of a trial and error at the moment, so I'll get on with that anyway and see if we can get as much out as possible and replace the headlining, which I've already bought. Yeah, the interior of this car is a bit of a hodgepodge of mess. I'll start with the dashboard there. So the dashboard's got to come out, and I'm going to replace all the leather on the dashboard, which is showing its age, definitely. The headlining, as you can see, it's been completely removed at the back and the front sections. So that's what I'm going to start with, is removing the headlining. As you can see, the three-quarter panel there is also beige, and it's different to the grey side on this side. So what I think's happened here is that the car's been broken into on that side, because I did found glass under that seat cover there, that seat cushion, sorry. So I'd imagine that somebody's broken into that there, and it's probably damaged this rear quarter bit and he's replaced that, the previous owner or something like that. So I'll start by removing these headlining trim bits here and see if I can get the headlining out completely. I think the whole back seat's got to come out for them, the bits at the back there. But I'll remove the three-quarter trims as well, so that these definitely got to come out for that. I'll start by removing the rear seats. I think so. What the first thing to do is, if these two bolts are in place, you need to remove those two, and then you sort of pull the seat out the back here and sort of slide it backwards, and it comes out. It's held in by that catch there. It's the same on the other side. Yeah, to get the back of the seat out there, we've got to release the seat belt, which goes through the holes at the top of the seat back here. So we're going to have to undo this nut here and on the other side to remove the seat belt mount. I don't think we have to remove this even to get this out, but I'll check if we have to get that out, but I don't think we do. I think it'll remove without getting that out. They can stay in place. So I'll remove those two bolts now at the bottom there. That's the bolt removed, 17mm. So when the seat belts have been released, you should be able to just thread them through there and release the back here, which should come out. Yeah, they will go, the seat belts will go through there. And I have to remove that bolt there too, that goes through there, and the same on that side there as well. Pull out the backrest of the seat. So the rear three-quarter trim here looks like it's held on by screws, which in my car here are not present. One there, one there, one there, and I think there's one at the back, at the top here, underneath there, yeah. And also that bolt there for the seat belt has got to come out to sort of thread there, and obviously the one at the bottom there behind that, the adjuster for the seat for the back. Yeah, to take the seat belt out and allow the seat belt to slide through that bit there. Let me take those out. It was a bit stiff to begin with, but it came out. So once that's been removed, the 3/4 trim will just pull out. Yeah, obviously I would still have to release the bolt that I've mentioned under there to get it completely out, but I'm just wondering at the moment if that will be necessary. I'll do the other side first as well. So the trim at the back, you've sort of got, it sort of pulls off, and that bit slots into there, and that pulls off. So once again, not too difficult. You get that off without removing the 3/4 trim here. So I've pulled out the 3/4 panel at the back there. I haven't released it yet from the seat belt, but it means I've managed to get this plastic bit out here, which I can, yeah, put some more fabric on there in the meantime. So both of those two are out, and then I've got to move a bit further forward and see how to get the front bits out. I'm having trouble sliding the seat belt out through that hole there. It doesn't seem to be big enough, so what I'm going to do is just completely unbolt the seat belt itself, which is one bolt attached there. I'll do that on both sides and completely remove the 3/4 panel trim. So the 3/4 trim bits are now out, along with the seat belts. I won't be trimming these just yet. I'll be waiting until I get the leather and the sewing machine up before I start even trimming. Even these are bits I think here, I'll wait till I get that before I actually redo those. That'll come with the interior when I do the leather bits. Yeah, this top bit here, it seems like it was riveted in there, but I pulled it off. I've slightly damaged it. It was sort of riveted into that hole there, so yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to either screw that back in when it comes to retrim it, or how I'm going to secure that up there, but I'll have to see if I can come up with a plan for that. Obviously the interior lights have all just completely rusted away. I'll have to see what I can do with that too. I'll move on to the front bit now then, see if we can remove this panel here and then maybe scrape some of the glue, the dry glue, and see if we can even paint this a little bit. The security bar there, and smart that up a bit. Yeah. Let me get that top bit off first. It looks like it's held on by some screws. 1, 2, I don't know how it might be riveted on there, so maybe be a bit careful about that too. Probably I'll have to pull this mirror off as well. That's I think when we release this plastic bit here, there's a couple of bolts here to get that off. Yeah, and hopefully that will pull off then. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, the mirror just pulls off in this ball bit here, and you can unscrew it as well. Don't know again if it's focusing particularly well there. So once I loosened all the screws, and it literally just fell out. Just a note here, there's 2 spacers there, probably fits into the mirror, and the mirror kind of screws into those 2 plastic fasteners there. The lights here, so we've got the purple wire that goes to the left hand side of the car, the purple and white at the back, and the earth lead is there at the front on the wiring there. Now I've got everything out, I guess it's a question of scraping all these bits of glue off here, which is going to take some considerable time, I think. Alright, let me get on with that and see how far we get. It's going to make a bit of a mess as well. down the roof with the orbital sander. It looks a bit better now. At least I get a bit something a bit better to grip onto than the loose stuff that was up there before. I think what I'll do now is I'll paint this bar. It's looking a bit rusty, and probably it's that sort of thing that's contributing to the old car smell in here. And at the moment to remove bits of trim as well from the car. This bit at the front here had 3 screws in there, so 1, 2, 3 there. There wasn't a screw in there, I think, but yeah, and that's sort of glued on. Yeah, but it will pull off eventually. Now, this middle bit of trim here, it had 2 screws, one at the top and one at the bottom there, but it's also riveted in. I'm seeing at least 3 rivets, 1, 2, 3, before I get that down. And this top bit had a couple of screws in there. I don't know if you can see that properly. It's not very great on the camera here. I'm going to have to clean the lens a bit. Let me just clean the lens, hang on. That's a bit better. Yeah, so I had 1 screw in there, 1 screw in there. I think that just pulls out. And the reason why I want to take this off is because there's the attachments there, the rusty metal bit still there. I want to remove them and clean them up a bit, and I think it would be better if I took them off to remove them. Yeah, I'm just wondering actually if this is completely necessary. But, let me try and pull that off. As I say, it's coming loose, but it looks like it's kind of glued in rather tightly. Now it's coming loose, but I'm seeing that there are 2 or 3 screws sort of underneath the ledge there. 1, 2, 3, and I think they've got to, well, they have to come out without damaging it. The trouble is you've got to use a very thin screwdriver to get at them. Let me have a go, otherwise I might not bother with this and just do it from the inside. Yeah, there are actually 2 screws, and I managed to get them both out. There's one kind of at the bottom there, and the other one, I've forgotten where it is, but I think it's, yeah, I think it sort of screws into that hole there. Once those 2 are out, you need to put a Stanley knife between the window and the plastic bit, release the sealant across the ledge, and then the bit will pull out. That means now I can access the fittings from the inside. I'll have to do the same on the other side of the car as well, remove the bit, but I can drill out these rivets and remove that, and any rivets that are holding onto the side too. I'm going to drill out these rivets to remove this and smart these up a bit. These bits of trim here, which is showing its age. So that's the trim piece there removed. There was a piece of foam in there which had completely perished, so I'll have to see if I can source a bit of foam from somewhere. I'll probably now remove these, drill out these brackets, the rivets on these brackets, and remove those. Yeah, I want to drill out these rivets here on the other side and remove these brackets here. I'm going to cut out all the fasteners for the electrical bits here. I could probably remove the whole bar here. Let's see if it's necessary. Yeah, I wonder if that's a rivet or if it's a screw. Let me try and get an Allen key in there, otherwise I might have to drill that out as well. In order to remove the door latches from there, I've been drilling them out and having to weld a bolt, a nut on top of them here. I've had 3 attempts, this is the 3rd attempt already, but yeah, let's see if I'm getting a bit of purchase. It seems to be turning without just shearing off, so maybe I'm getting somewhere. Good question. Let's have a look. Yeah, it does seem to be unscrewing. So now it feels like it's going to just shear off. So let me try and delicately ease it out. I've had about 5 attempts at this now in total, and it seems to be coming out. Yeah. Now when you're doing this, you really need to make sure that your bolts are absolutely squeaky clean, bare metal. And if you fail once or twice, then just use a drill and remove any slag or anything that's still left on there, and then try again. And do short bursts of welds to really knit it on there. And that's what I found the best way of doing it is. Also use a big enough nut. A 13mm probably wouldn't work very well with that, but this one certainly does. Anyway, it's coming off now, so looks like I can remove the bar, and I'll give that a clean up and a good paint before I start putting things back together. This bar here is actually not coming out of the car unless I remove these rear windows. Yeah, because it doesn't. This bit just doesn't pass through. Now, there's got to be a degree of flexibility there. It's the same on the other side. So I'm just umming and ahhing yet whether I need to take it out completely or I'm going to actually remove the rear windows. The other thing I'm just concentrating on at the moment is I'm trying to get rid of this ugly carpet here at the back, which has proven to be a bit more of a challenge than I thought it would be. In particular, as the carpet itself gets stuck underneath the window there, which has proven a little bit difficult to remove. But once I get this done, I can start painting stuff and assembling things after that. I've decided to bite the bullet, and I'm removing these 3/4 windows now to remove the bar there, because at the bottom of the bar there's quite a bit of corrosion which I want to clear up. Yeah, at the other side I've managed to remove it already. It's just a question of scraping out the sealant and all the way around it, and yeah, and it drops out. Being careful obviously not to drop the window itself or something stupid like that. I'm slowly getting there, but this is extremely hard work, I have to say. Been at this for a good couple of hours now, and still not quite there. After about 2 hours of struggling, it's finally come out, and hopefully now I can think about removing that bar. But it looks like these bits, these ledges that hold the rear 3/4 panel in there, they're going to have to be drilled out as well, and that bar should go back, maybe hopefully far enough, and I'll be able to get it out, but we'll see. I've drilled out the supports. There's more there, but I don't think I should have to be able to. I don't think I should have to drill those out. Drill that one out now, and that's a question of, let's see if we can take this bar. I don't think I have to take it out completely, as long as I can get to the bottom of it there and sort the rust out. Then I probably don't have to take it out completely, but let's see. Now, getting the bar out has proven to be a little bit of a challenge, but it just about passes over the B pillar there, passes from to there. But what you've got to do is sort of make sure that's properly as seated as far as possible in there, and then let me see if I'll just place the camera up here. Hopefully I don't screw anything up, but you can just about pass it through here like so, and then it should come out. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really need to take this bar out. I could have probably worked with it in the car like that, But yeah, now it's out, so I'll give it a proper clean up and paint it and everything, and then put it back in place, give everything here a bit of a clean up. But, yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go, I think, with the dismantling of everything. The only thing that's slightly worrying is the carpet bits at the back there. I may have to remove the rear screen to get those little bits of carpet out there, which is something I want to avoid, of course, but it may be unavoidable. Maybe I can get a knife down there and try and remove it. I'll do my best anyway. But that concludes the video for now. As I say, the next stage will be to start painting things up and putting things back together. But once again, thanks for taking interest in the channel. Thanks for watching. Click if you haven't already subscribed, then please click subscribe, and yeah, click the like button as well. That helps me promote my videos, but a long way from any kind of monetary advantages with this. But yeah, but I'll just do it out of pure interest and that. But anyway, but thanks a lot for watching anyway, guys, and see you soon.